Hello, Dr. James Bogash, expert in health and longevity, and today we're going to talk about a topic I haven't brought up for a while, but certainly have discussed ad nauseum, and that has to do with COVID vaccine, or specifically the mRNA, so either Pfizer or Moderna, and the efficacy and how long it fades or doesn't fade. And this is really brought up by, the government has proposed another minimum of $5 billion for new vaccines, new monoclonal antibodies, new treatments, and we've spent an ungodly amount of money and really have gotten just crap for all of it. The data on the antivirals still continues to suck. The mRNA vaccination, we still don't have all the data on that as far as whether it was very effective or whether it's killing more people. Time will tell, although the data right now is not very solid, and everything has been kind of a mess in the past 3 years. So this was a study out of the journal Nature, which is a pretty respected journal. Now, small group of people, 55 adults, but they basically looked at what number 3 and number 4 booster did to the immune system. And these were not the new fancy boosters. These were the old original ancestral strain booster. Because the data on the new boosters isn't really all that great. It doesn't really do much of a difference. And so what they looked at was how, and keep in mind that antibody responses, the half-life, so how long it takes them to drop down to half, it's not really the best way to look, but we can kind of use it as a marker. And what they found was after the third dose, so the first booster, if you're keeping track and tallying, that was given 6 to 10 months after the initial series that was supposed to be done, and now they added a booster. Normally, that's 60 after the fade. The second dose efficacy lasted about 56 to 66 days after the second shot. That's where things started to tank, so about 2 months. That second booster, or the first booster, 76 days. So what we're seeing is pretty drastic diminishing returns. We're not getting more from each vaccination. We're getting just less and less of a response. And so booster 2 had a very poor, or the fourth shot had a very poor response against Omicron variants. And when they looked at the T-cell and B-cell response, it was just not going to do anything. And by 6 months, all of the protection was gone. So again, diminishing returns. What we have not talked about, again, and I've talked about a million times, is metabolic health, taking better care of yourself. It still remains the elephant in the room. Wearing a tutu and slippers. We just refuse to talk about healthy lifestyle changes. And spending $5 billion for more of the same crap, for lack of a better term, we could spend that money on, it could go a long way towards evening socioeconomic status, which plays a huge role in all conditions, not just COVID, but heart disease, diabetes, cancer, obesity. Throw the money where you're going to have the most bang for your buck. This $5 billion is just going to go to the pharmaceutical companies. It's not going to fix anything. It's just going to make them more money than they already have. Just ridiculous policy. We need to, at some point, decide that metabolic health is important, more important than anything else. And because it is, there's no doubt, there's no argument for that. It's our number one way to take better care of ourselves. And until we do, we're just going to completely spend money and make the pharmaceutical companies lots of money. As always, I will post a link to this particular Nature article in the description. Make sure you like this video, share it with somebody who you think needs the information, and subscribe to the channel.